And in this video, I'm going to share with you the secret place I've been selling sports cards for years. And I can promise you, it is not what you expect. And it took me 5 years to realize what I'm about to tell you. Hi, my name is Eric Michael. I've sold over $5 million in sports cards. And if you don't know who I am, I run a multiple seven-figure coaching program called Major League Profits, where I teach people how to make money buying and selling sports cards. Sports cards fundamentally changed my life, and I think it is the most predictable, easiest, most fun way to make a side income on top of your existing job. But in this video, I'm going to share with you something that could potentially change your life. So where is the best place to sell sports cards, right? There's multiple places you can sell sports cards: eBay, Facebook, card shows, Instagram, Twitter. And the answer is actually none of them. So let me start this video off by saying, if you have sports cards that cannot sell and no one's interested in them at all, which I see happen all the time, there's only two reasons. Either A, you got stuff no one wants, or B, you got stuff people want but you're overpriced. That is it. So before I reveal like the secret, let's go back a second. So the more difficult thing when it comes to making money with sports cards is knowing what to buy. Once you know what to buy, how do you evaluate the condition of a card, when to buy it, all that stuff, once you fundamentally understand that stuff, the selling comes a lot easier. That's why if you watch most of my content, 90% of it is about buying. Buying is a little bit more difficult, but selling is easy, especially once you understand what I'm about to say. So let me paint you a picture. Let's say you buy a card that's $100 and you spend $20 to get it graded and it grades a 10. Great, you did a good job. Now, let's say as a 10, this card is worth $300. What do most people do? What most people do is they try to sell this card for $300, $310, $320. They try to take advantage of some unsuspecting person that doesn't know what stuff is worth, because people need every last dollar. But that's actually the wrong way to do it. So the way I've been doing it for years is like this. If I have a card that's $300 that I paid $100 for, I go to social media. My preferred place is Facebook groups, but that's not the answer to what I'm about to say. Facebook groups, Instagram. I love social media because you can actually connect with people, okay? And you don't pay fees. When you sell something on eBay, you're going to pay about a 13% fee, give or take. On Facebook or Instagram, people a lot of the time pay you through Zelle, Wire, Venmo, Cash App, where there's no fees, or even if they pay you through something called PayPal Goods and Services, which means they're paying you through PayPal, but they're protecting themselves, the fee's only 3%. But it's not about the fee. I don't care about that part. The part I care about is connecting with people. So the correct way to do sports cards is buy cards, get them graded, resell them, but resell them for slightly under what they're worth. So if you have a card that's $300, sell it on a Facebook group for $270, $280, $290. And there's no magical Facebook group. They're all the same. It's all the same types of people in there. They're free to join. You might as well join them. But when you're that guy that's posting cards slightly under what they're worth, one, you sell cards much quicker and you get cash a lot faster. And number two, you're that guy that everybody wants to deal with. So what happens when you sell a card to someone, a lot of the time people will say to you, hey, keep me in mind if you got anything else in the future. And what happens is over time, you build and build and build these connections, right? You might sell this card of Trevor Lawrence to this person and Joe Burrow to this one and Jackson Holiday to this person. And you build this massive pipeline of people you've done deals with. And guess what? It's way easier to do a deal with somebody when they trust you. It just is. So what you do is you build up these connections, and every time you sell a card, I'm going to go and share my screen here in a second and show you exactly what I'm talking about. But every time you sell a card, what you want to be doing is saving that person's information, and when you buy cards as well, what I'm talking about selling here. Because in the future, when you have a whole spreadsheet of 175 different types of people you sold cards to, and let's say you have a card of Trevor Lawrence, you could go and search on the spreadsheet Trevor Lawrence and see who bought your Trevor Lawrence cards or who bought your football cards, and you could just go and message them. That's why a lot of the time people ask me, they're like, I've never seen your eBay store. I don't really see you on Facebook selling cards. How do you do it? The way I do it is I have a lot of people's phone numbers and on Facebook Messenger, and I just message them because I've been doing this for a long time. And guess what? It's way easier to do deals. I just send a picture and say, hey, you want this card for $1,000? It sells for $1,100. Boom. That's it. That is the correct way to buy and sell sports cards, right? Save people's contact information. You don't pay fees. The deals get done a lot quicker. And a lot of the time, once you get good at it, especially if you're buying cards and getting them graded, before they even come back to you, a lot of the time you'll have these cards sold. I have a lot of students that have been doing this for a while, and they get messages every single day of people asking them, hey, you have any cards coming back from grading? Hey, you have any cards to this guy and that guy? And before they could even get this card in the mail, these cards are sold for no fees, almost what they're worth. They get cash faster. You could reinvest it faster. And that is the secret place to sell sports cards. First, you start on social media or card shows, places that are easy to build connections. And when you sell cards, it's a little bit harder at first because you don't know anybody. But over time, you build and build and build these connections. So the actual answer is like through text message. You get people's phone numbers and sell cards to people through text message, because that means you've done deals with them before and life is going to be a lot easier. But let me jump into my computer screen and show you exactly how I do this. All right, so what am I actually talking about, and how do you like save people's information, build connections, and how do you actually logistically do that? So this is a spreadsheet I give to a bunch of my students, and this is something I use as well. And I put an example here, and you put the date you bought the card, what the card is, the sports, the type of card. This is for, ignore that. The grading, what did it grade, how much the card actually cost, the total cost, all that good stuff. Now, this is where it gets important. So, let's say you are on eBay, and this is actually a card I actually bought. What I do is I want to save everyone's information to make my life as easy as humanly possible. So what I'll do is I'll go to the seller's other items, and I'll copy his eBay link up here, and his name is TSO Many Slabs. So I'll put his name here, TSO Many Slabs, and this is key. This is the key right here. You click the box, or you click the cell, and you find up here, insert link. Boom. Look what I just did. Now I'm going to have tons and tons of sellers. I can just click their link. It'll bring me right to their eBay. This is called making life easy, right? And let's say we sell the card for $200. Great. Who'd you sell to? And let's say I sold it on Facebook. And let's say I sold it to myself, Eric Michael. What I would do is go to the Facebook. This is my Facebook, right? Copy and paste the Facebook link up here. And same thing. I'm going to insert the link, and boom, I can go right to their profile, right? The net return, whatever that is, 150, etc. So this is called making life easy. And if I bought from someone on social media, I would do the same thing. I would link their Facebook profile or their Instagram or their Twitter, or I'd put their phone number in here, which is even better. So this is how to save people's contact information. And I have a list on my phone and on a spreadsheet, just looks exactly like this, with tons and tons and tons of people I've done deals with. So what I could do is, like, for example, this is Ronald Acuna card. I can click Control F, type in Acuna, and it'll bring me right to it if I have a Ronald Acuna card to sell, or if I have any type of card to sell. This is called, or not called, but this is building a system. This is making life easy, building a system so your life gets easier and easier and easier as time goes on. And instead of linking people's information over here, the best thing to do is get their phone number. Phone number is always the best. But what's really helpful is, instead of me going on eBay a lot of the time and just searching for random cards, or on Facebook just scrolling and searching, I'm a lot more dialed in. If I'm in the mood to buy baseball, and right now while I'm speaking, I'm looking to buy a bunch of Bowman Chrome. All I do is I look who I bought Bowman Chrome from over here, and I click on their eBay listing, or their eBay link, or their Facebook, or their Instagram, and I shoot them a message, or I look on their eBay store and see what they have. That's all, right? I'm just being diligent, saving information, linking it so I can use it in the future. That's all this is. Hopefully this makes sense. Let's head back to the camera. Hopefully that video made sense. And have you ever heard the business expression, the power is in the follow-up? What I just showed you is exactly what they're talking about. Even if you don't sell or buy a card from someone, save their contact information. That is just absolutely key. In the world of marketing, that's a very common saying, the power is in the follow-up. For example, just to kind of give you a business example, we run a lot of ads. And when we run an ad, people fill out their contact information and then they could choose to buy or book a call with us or whatever they might please, but most people don't. But we save their contact information and repeatedly deliver value through content, through emails, through some texting, giveaways, and stuff like that. So that's what they mean by powers in the follow-up, being organized, being systematic. Like what I just showed you there, that spreadsheet is a system. Being systematic and predictable makes your life much, much easier. I can absolutely promise you, okay? So hopefully this video just made your life a little bit easier when it comes to making money, buying and selling sports cards. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.